Hey, hey, hey. Time for another out of this world story from rSpace. I find that cheaters end up cheating themselves in the end. The real loser is always the person too weak to appreciate someone's loyalty. Today on rSpace, we learn there's such a thing as too much loyalty. Like to never let our ex keep our firearms. Yikes. Our first OP may not have 99 problems, but his pregnant ex is definitely one. My pregnant ex keeps trying to move into my apartment. This is not my story. This is my friend's story that I'm posting for him because he doesn't have a Reddit and wants people to hear about this. Also, for convenience, I'm going to write this in first person point of view because pronouns are hard to keep up with. Everything here is approved by my friend. So I, 21 male, have an ex, Angelica, 20 female. Angelica and I had an on and off relationship since we were about 15, but got serious when COVID hit and I had to move back to my hometown. We got an apartment together, and very soon after, she started spending a lot of time with her cousin. Long story short, she's boning her cousin. We break up. We've been broken up about 9 months at this point. For 7 of those months, her phone has been on my phone bill, and she owes me over $500. Fine, whatever. I'll never see that $500, and she always makes excuses to pay me back. That's life. My own fault for letting her keep using me as a cash cow. She also took my car when we broke up, and I let her because I was too afraid she would try to take my apartment too. Anyway, it's 9 months past our breakup. I get a message. Hey, I'm pregnant. I'm on my way home from work, so I don't respond. That is 9 months past being my problem. It is not my baby. She messaged me again. My boyfriend, the one she cheated on me with, and I have nowhere to stay. Still 9 months past my problem. Angelica has never worked a day in her life. She lives off the disability check from her boyfriend and spends it 99% on weed and fast food. She never paid rent and is documented to never pay rent. Anyway, she tells me, my name is still on the lease. We're going to move in September. I tell her, your name is not on the lease. It was renewed last month and I took your name off. I'm sorry. She messages me calling me an a-hole and saying she's moving in because she has nowhere for her baby and 3 dogs to stay. Mind you, my apartment is more like a studio and barely fits me, let alone 2 other people and 3 dogs. I tell her it's not going to happen. I'm moving out of town soon anyway. Also, come pick up her crap that she's left in my apartment for 9 months. She says no, and if I throw it away, she's going to press charges. I tell her it doesn't matter because when I move, I'm throwing it away. She later called my landlord and told him I was planning to move out. I got upset at this and told her I ran the numbers on the car. It's still in my name. Get the car out of my name now, or I'm repossessing it, or she can leave me the F alone. She started bawling on a call asking how I could do this to her and her unborn child, and I was condemning her and her child to be homeless. She also still has a gun in my name that I told her to give back or I'm calling the cops. I'm really considering repossessing the car since it was mine from the start and is still in my name. She doesn't deserve to get a free car handed to her. She needs to wake up. She keeps saying she needs a place to stay. I'm ruining her and her baby's life. It's literally my apartment that she has never once paid rent on. I don't know how she thinks she's entitled to just live in my apartment with the guy she cheated on me with and 3 dogs. I hope the baby ends up okay. It's not my fault its mother is a spoiled brat, but I also hope being homeless and careless wakes her the F up. Tiny update. My friend says his ex is coming to pick up her crap tomorrow and to return the gun. If he gets shot, I'll let you guys know, I guess. Update. Her and her boyfriend, fake cousin, came to his, my friend's, apartment, returned the gun, and picked up her crap. Her boyfriend then proceeded to wave his own gun around and demand to be put back on the lease. Not how that works. My friend called the cops. They booked it out of there before the cops arrived. I'm not sure about the rest. Sorry, edit for more clarification. Also no response back from him, so I don't know at this point. Alright, final update. Phone is not on the phone bill, her stuff is out of his apartment, his gun is returned, dog is in his possession, still no car. He said it's not worth it at this point. My friend asked for no charges, so I doubt anything will happen. He said he's cutting her out of his life. No contact. I'm personally upset about the car, but nothing to do about it now. Our first community reaction comes from Professor McGonagall, 88. Dude, your friend needs to file several police reports like yesterday. First and foremost, for the firearm that she has in her possession that's registered in his name. If he hasn't reported it stolen and she uses it in any kind of crime, he's going to get charges on him for not keeping track of it, at the very least. And the car? Who has the title? Did he sign it over to her? If not, that needs to be reported stolen as well. Feeling Floor 2083 adds, yep, this dude's life is about to get effing wrecked. OP needs to sit down with him and write it all down in a to-do list and check off every one of these boxes, from most important to last. She can really F up his life. Granted, she isn't smart, but could easily Google a how-to. Momo222811 says, yes, and the list is as follows. Call the police and report the car stolen. Ditto and report the gun stolen. Get her off of the phone plan if he hasn't already. File a small claims court case for the $500. Make sure all paperwork for the dog comes back to you alone. Get a restraining order or stay away order of protection from your local court. Use the stolen gun and car and threats against your home and pet as the reasons. Sit back and watch your world burn. Jeep Hammer chimes in. Report the firearm stolen. Bad things happen when jobless addicts have firearms, and that firearm is in your name. As to the car, a good time to give her stuff back is when you repossess the car. Again, still in your name, and you can very well be held at least partially responsible if they do something stupid or get into an accident with it. When her stuff is gone, you have either the firearm, car back, or have police reports they have possession of these things. Then block her in every way possible. Not your monkeys to deal with. Shadows Doing My Bidding adds in, you're a dummy for giving her your gun. What the F? You're a terrible gun owner. I think what happened, I could be wrong, is when she moved out, she took it and told him it was for protection, and he never asked for it back. Still really irresponsible and a terrible gun owner, though. Get it back. He needs it back now. It's his. I had to report one of my guns stolen because it was actually stolen. People could be doing crimes with that gun. The OP replies, I just told him this, and he said, I have alibis in case she does something. Her prints are all over it anyway. I tried to tell him he can probably get charged for even letting her have the gun in the first place, and he hasn't responded. I'm just convinced he shouldn't have a gun at all, ever. Girl in red costume has a quip. Your friend is a doormat, and really dumb. The OP chimes in, that's what I've been telling him too. Honestly, OP, I think it would be wise for your friend to get the authorities involved, especially if the car and the gun are in his name. If she were to ever have something happen with those items, your friend could still be under a lot of responsibility and end up charged in the process. This woman could get your friend into a lot more trouble than he realizes. He needs to totally clear his name from all things that she is in possession of. Tell authorities the gun went missing and get his name off of anything to do with the car, if possible, and totally cut her out of his life. She's a total liability, not to mention a little unhinged. And he doesn't need that in his life at all. I feel like it could go south real fast. What would you do in this situation? Meanwhile, we're moving on. Our next OP's ex made sure her master's degree was paid off before she left him high and dry. My wife of 5 years cheated on me and moved her stuff in with him 6 days after telling me she wanted a divorce. My, male 32, wife, female 28, of 5 years, recently told me she wanted a divorce. A couple days after that, I found out she was talking to a guy, and a day after that, I came home to her clothes gone and our cat gone, and a text that she moved in with him. I'm shocked because our overall marriage wasn't bad. There were no glaring signs. We didn't bicker. We agreed on finances. We spent 24/7 together when she wasn't at work. We had a few couples therapy sessions over the years, but we always ended on the same page. We adopted a small chihuahua together and a cat, and we raised them as if they were our children. Our chihuahua would sit on her lap when she got home from work until she went to sleep. He adored her. I'm a disabled veteran with PTSD, but I've been working tremendously on my mental health over our marriage. I go to therapy weekly, I'm on meds, I've never even raised my voice to her. With my disabilities came benefits that allowed her to get a full master's degree paid for by the VA. She graduated last month, and I don't think it's just unfortunate timing. So now I'm sitting in our empty condo with a sad, confused little chihuahua. He won't eat. He is constantly looking at the door and whines when he hears a car door and runs up wagging his tail thinking it's her. She destroyed not only my life but his. I will never understand why I wasn't good enough for her, or how she pretended for so long like I was. Mrs. Jingles 0729 has our first response. It's nothing to do with you, OP. Her complete failure as a wife and human being are hers alone. She's a selfish coward who used you. She took your love and loyalty and used that against you to get what she wanted. Get tested and lawyer up. Don't suffer in silence. Tell everyone. Keep your chin up. Better things are around the corner. The OP replies, we spoke briefly and agreed to sell the condo and split the profits, although she did already take her half of the savings. I just want her out of my life and to move on. Enrio Dark Knight 21 adds, I'm sorry this happened to you, my friend. She is just plain evil, and this relationship will end up failing in the long term. You are better off without her. Definitely tell all of your friends, family, and loved ones about this and expose her for what she truly is, another cheating witch. A deleted user has this to say. She has been cheating on you for a while. I'm sorry, she just used you to get her degree paid for. I would let everybody know exactly what she did. The OP replies, I'm pretty isolated and introverted, don't have any friends really, and no family that's alive anymore. And her dad hated me, so there's not many people to air out what she did to. I don't know how long she's been doing it. If she was doing it for a while in person, then it was during work because I don't see any other time she could have been. Edit. They do work together, so I'm sure it was. Thrilla the Gorilla chimes in. Make sure to inform her HR. They might have a policy against inter-office affairs. Then block her and ghost her forever. Not another word to her. Let the lawyers do the speaking for you. Then get your butt up and go be social. Join the VFW or American Legion. Get back to hanging with the bros. Bro time is priceless. Wow, OP. I'm so sorry to hear this. It definitely sounds like she's been going behind your back for quite some time and was waiting for her school to be paid off. Moving in with the guy she cheated with so soon? That's a red flag and a gigantic slap in the face. How disgusting and totally manipulative. And your poor dog. That's so sad. I don't want to be rude, but I'm sure she was cheating on you right in front of your face. This happens quite often, unfortunately. It's hard not to go to a place where we constantly relive moments and ask ourselves why and wonder what we did wrong. It's not your fault. You are not responsible for her selfish choices. Please don't let this affect your path to self-help. You can get through this. It's important to gather a support system, keep a routine, and take care of your physical and mental health right now. Try to reach out to services who can put you in touch with people who are going through similar things. Share your story with the world. Have you experienced a similar situation? Reach out and let us know. You're not alone. Thank you for joining us today on rSpace. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Also, please let us know what you thought of today's content in the comments below. Until next time.